Replay here from Coops and Black Knight, Dark Elves and Slaanesh. I think like 2 patches ago, this was actually the meta when Dark Elves were like super S tier, and Slaanesh were solid enough, but they were pretty good against the Elvish factions. So, blast from the past. For Coops' Slaanesh, we do have triple Exalted Demonettes, one of which is Bringers of Beguilement for that Rampage. Demon Prince of Slaanesh with Mortal Blow, Enfeebling Foe, and Lash of Slaanesh. So Mortal Blow is just an ability. The other 2 are spells, and then a bunch of debuffs. We have 2 Hellstriders with Hell Scourges, 4 Seekers of Slaanesh. God damn, that's a lot of Seekers. Okay. The other side, Bleak Swords, Dread Spears, and Bleak Swords. We have 2 Black Arc Corsairs as well, so a lot of infantry for the Dark Elves. Quadruple Cold One Knight. The Crows of Cain Harpies, and Malekith up on his dragon with Shoalstieler and Gaze of Malice. Well, alrighty then. Quick Enfeebling Foe cast onto Malekith. That seems bold and a little overeager, but oh, he's going to land anyway. Alright, I'm a little surprised he landed while under Enfeebling Foe. I would have preferred for him to stay in the air and Breath Attack and Gaze of Malice these Exalted Demonettes. I blanked on their name for a little bit, but okay. Big Dark Elf blob is forming. I wonder if it is punishable by Slaanesh. The Seekers are getting in here and doing some decent damage. The Demon Prince is landing, and the Demon Prince gives, everybody around here has a minus 13 melee attack right now, so this blob fight is not going well for the Dark Elves. They got to get out of here, but a big Soul Stealer from Malekith is going to get a little bit of damage value back onto the Demon Prince and onto all these Seekers. Elsewhere, the Exalted Demonettes are going absolutely nuts. We need some Breath Attacks from Malekith, or more Gaze of Malices or whatever to deal with them, because they're just going to churn through infantry. I have so much trouble making Exalted Demonettes work, or Demonettes in general work, but that's mostly due to like basic archers or something, but just raw fighting infantry, yeah, that'll be great there. Anyway, some of our Seeker friends are starting to fade away, but others maintain their hold on life. Malekith is stuck fighting this Demon Prince, though he has healing, the Demon Prince doesn't. I see something over there, and that's very silly, but okay, whatever. Demon Prince is slowly getting attrition down, Malekith is not, because he has healing. There is still a lot of Dark Elf infantry, because they brought a lot of infantry, so they still have plenty. And Dread Spears are going to get pounced on by these Hellstriders with Hell Scourges, but if they can, brace up and fight back, their spears will overcome those guys pretty easily. Demon Prince of Slaanesh still getting poked down a little bit. And these Seekers are kind of stuck in melee now, because if they back out, their leadership will fall low enough, they'll start demonic instability crumbling, so the only hope they have is to stay in melee combat and hope that they can just do okay, but there's the demonic instability. They are gone. Bounce Power was quite bad. Ooh, that was a really nasty Gaze of Malice. And a tier 2 army ability from Slaanesh. Narcissism is keeping Malekith in place, plus the Rampage from Bringers of Beguilement. If he gets low enough, he will just Rampage. There he goes. So he's now stuck in combat, and he has Charmed, Soporific Musk, Enfeebling Foe, and those 2 passives that aren't listed there. So he goes down to 5 and 19 for melee stats, and he is just getting worked on now. The Dark Elves are going to have to do something to bail him out, as again, the Bounce Power is going against them. For Slaanesh, we still have 2 pretty healthy Exalted Demonettes. One is almost dead in the corner. We have 2 Seekers. Both are looking rather injured. We do have 1 Hellstrider with Hell Scourges that's healthy. The other one is just rowdy. So Malekith is, dead. He's pretty much straight up dead at this point. Leadership is 0, and there he goes. He is officially going to rout, so the Demon Prince of Slaanesh can chase him off, and things are looking doomed. Doomed for the Dark Elves. As more Demonettes try and chase Malekith off, they're getting a little bit of damage onto him as he goes, but they're mostly just doing that thing where they run next to him rather than actually hitting him. And the Seekers are going to try and join in the fight. Damn. Golden Knight's still doing their best to fight. Ooh, Malekith actually ends up getting away as the Seekers are forced to go after the Cold One Knights. Oh, if he can come back in Soul Stealer, that's going to be brutal for the forces of Slaanesh, who are almost at army losses point. They have almost won this game, but Malekith does manage to get away. The Demon Prince of Slaanesh now gets an attack order onto him. And Fascination's even going to try and damage Malekith as he goes, try and keep him routing. But his leadership rallies to 1, He's still taking damage from the Fascination, but he's back. The Dark Elves are clinging to life in this game. They're barely holding on to it. As Malekith does go negative once again, but he gets a Soul Stealer off to heal himself up as he routes. So that healing will probably bring him back as the Demon Prince of Slaanesh tries to finish him off, tries to chase him officially away from here. More Dark Elves are rallying, more Dark Elves are getting fed to these Exalted Demonettes. And Malekith is back once again. And there, a Seeker fades away. Big breath attack from Malekith onto the Demon Prince that is chasing him. Actually gets some decent damage out. Malekith duels for a bit. His melee attack has 42 and 48 melee defense, while the other has 39 and 55 for melee stats. Why is his melee attack so low? Weird. I feel like it should be higher. Whatever. Malekith is dueling him. Oh, okay, now his melee attack's better. I don't know what was nerfing him down. Oh, it was Malekith's breath attack. Does minus melee attack or whatever. It's just an unlisted thing. Whatever. Anyway, Malekith is actually kind of bodying this Demon Prince right now, and that is wild. Meanwhile, the balance of power is still heavily in the favor of Slaanesh. Malekith just ain't taking it. He ain't having none of this nonsense. And he throws a Soul Stealer onto the Demon Prince of Slaanesh, trying to get some healing. Then he lands because he had Enfeebling Foe, and he knew he was going to lose that fight because his stats were too low. So he just wanted to land and buy a little bit of time. Jukes under him, and the balance of power is rocketing around the field. But the Demon Prince of Slaanesh, despite all of his prowess as a duelist, completely shit the bed when it counted most, could not finish off Malekith, and now with the Crows of Cain, he is actually going to be the one that is dying, and his Hell Scourges have routed off the field of battle. Another Fascination onto Malekith, trying to rampage him or just get a little bit of damage off, I suppose, but the Dark Elves are now in Ascension. It is a Bleak Sword, a Dread Spear, the Crows of Cain, and Malekith versus two Exalted Demonettes. Another Gaze of Malice is out for Malekith. Good attempt at a dodge, but he still hit it. He also has a breath attack, which he's also going to throw out. He has another one, too, once it comes off cooldown, but those are big damage shots. Now Slaanesh is danger low. They do get the Bleak Swords. They are going to hit him in the face, kill him off, finish him. But is it enough? I mean, you have Malekith, you have the Crows of Cain. And Malekith has another breath attack. He really does need to just be more patient. He also probably has more Soul Stealers, judging by the fact that he's not a heal cap. But he is going to decide to land, and the Exalted Demonettes are after him. Looks like he's trying to get some Cycle Charging out, so he's going to start walking away. But then a Narcissism keeps him on the ground, nets him in place, and the Demonettes close in, surrounding him, beating their shit out of him, and he immediately shatters. All of a sudden, the balance of power is super in Slaanesh's favor, and Malekith is out of here. The Crows of Cain are out of here, and in a big whoopsie, Malekith lands, and Malekith dies. Now it is just some Dread Spears who are going to get charged straight up by Exalted Demonettes. They will get eaten alive, and the Dark Elves will actually lose this game. That was a fucking roller coaster of emotion. $2,100 for Koops' Lord. $2,700, $1,800, and $1,200 for the Exalted Demonettes. Seekers mixed, but overall good-ish. And Hell Scourges, Malekith, 4,700. Very, very good value out of him. Cold One Knights really struggled to get their value back. Bleak Swords and Dread Spears did mixed. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.